On August 23, 2022, Stephanie Pavlons walked out of her Waukesha, Wisconsin apartment carrying her purse and her pink water bottle. Surveillance footage confirms it. 17 days later, construction workers found her badly decomposed body in a wooded area in the town of Delafield. The man she'd been in an on-and-off relationship with for over 20 years, Matthew Pahl, was caught on camera returning to that same apartment carrying her purse and her water bottle, the same day she disappeared, not weeks later, the way he'd eventually claim. At his sentencing, Pahl told the judge, "I am the only victim here." That single line is worth holding onto for the entire length of this video, because it names, almost too perfectly, the psychological through line of everything he says in the interrogation you're about to watch. This is a case built on a behavior forensic psychologist called DAVO, deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. It's not a diagnosis. It's a description of a communication pattern. Deny the accusation, attack the credibility of whoever's making it, and then position yourself as the one who's actually been wronged. Watch for all three, in that order, over and over, for the next 2 hours. One more thing to track from the very first minute: how much of this interview Pahl spends talking about things nobody asked him about, his own criminal history, other people's misconduct, Stephanie's mental health, before the detectives ever get a real chance to ask their questions. That's not nerves. That's a strategy.
How's it going, man? What's going on?
I'm doing my physical therapy for my fractured left ankle.
How'd you fracture your left ankle?
Months ago.
Yeah? Still bothering you?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be wearing a walking boot, so
Okay.
I'm just doing my stretches in my physical therapy. It starts swelling up if I sit or don't sit around or whatever. It starts swelling up grotesquely.
Jeez.
So
you gotta kind of frequently do that to kind of...
yeah, I'm supposed to be doing it every day.
Yeah? Get the blood going in there and such?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually ahead of schedule. I'm still supposed to be on crutches, but I've been working really hard at it. And,
good for you.
But this is not a good situation coming over like you did. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but you could have just called.
Well, actually, I called you a little while ago, but nobody answered.
You called me a little while ago.
Yeah, like...
How do you have my phone?
4 o'clock. Oh, we got all kinds of ways.
Oh yeah, well I know. If I wanted to hide my number, I wouldn't. You wouldn't have that access. I know how track phones work and all that.
Yeah.
So I have nothing to hide.
Well, you're ahead of the game better than most.
If you called at 4 o'clock, I was on the line.
Yeah.
I just got up I was sleeping.
Okay.
And well, of course, the first person I'm going to call is somebody in my family. I mean, you guys got the guns pointed at me, so.
I didn't have any guns pointed at you.
Well,
I know there were some guys there that...
When I got up and looked out the window, first I thought it was the garbage truck, because the garbage truck usually goes by my window, but this thing was loud as hell. I mean,
yeah.
What the hell is this?
That's a city Waukesha thing, man. That's beyond us.
Yeah, and I've seen it before on West Ave. It pulled right up in front of my window, except for my neighbor. And as I was looking out, I got pictures of it. They put the rifle right towards my head. Wrong window.
Yeah, that's a shit day right there, man. I'm gonna sneak by here, man.
Yeah. No problem.
Didn't want this chicken sandwich, huh?
Not right at the moment.
Fair enough. Just thought you were
Wait a minute, I can't. Can't they have one of these comfortable chairs?
I'll switch it. You can have this one.
Can I have one?
Pull that over there.
Hey,
I'll push you over there.
this one you guys go like this. No. Stay getting me in the corner.
No, not around here, man. You watch a little too much TV.
Oh no. It's happened to me before.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna switch spots with you. You can have this chair, but just slide it over there. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. I like it.
Nothing like that's gonna happen.
No.
Well, I guess my question is, there was yelling there was a warrant for my apartment. Warrant for me? My apartment? Both?
Warrant for you and your vehicle, yeah.
But that's not the apartment. That's what they were yelling, that there's a warrant for my apartment.
I don't know what they were yelling at. That's a different, that's not our guys that were up there, so I can't really, like, speak to them.
They were yelling outside that we have a warrant for the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what, did you enter my apartment
Yeah.
with no warrant?
Oh, we had a warrant.
But I just asked you that. You said you didn't have a warrant for the apartment.
No, I said we had a warrant for
Just me.
You asked about you. I said it was a
Right.
warrant for your apartment and for your vehicle.
Okay, not me.
Correct.
Okay, my apartment and my vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
So, it's not my vehicle.
Okay.
I mean, not that I'm worried about hiding anything.
No, I understand.
I have no idea what this is about.
I bet you have a lot of questions, Matt.
Is this something that happened yesterday over there? I mean, I drove right by all the cops across the street. Am I getting blamed for something over there?
No, I'm not blaming you with anything, man. So here's where we're at here. I just want to get through some paperwork with you. You have questions, we have questions. We want to get through this and get about our evening. It's a Saturday night, I'm sure. You'd rather be at home, we'd rather be at home, but it is what it is. So we'll go through some paperwork. I'll be happy to answer questions. I'll have some questions too. Okay.
Going home. This sounds a little bit serious, but why would I have 50 guns pointed at me?
That's what we want to talk to you about.
So-
Okay, we'll get there.
Yeah, and again, that's a
You know,
city
because the last time that I cooperated with detectives, okay, Polkowski, okay, Detective Polkowski,
Where's he from?
here,
Here, Pikowski? No, Pikowski.
Polkowski.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah. I cooperated with him, right?
Yeah.
Told him the truth,
Yeah.
and I got charged.
Okay.
And later on, it was dismissed in court.
Sure.
So I haven't had too good of experience here with.
Well, Pikowski works for the city of Waukesha. We're from the sheriff's department.
I would just ask you give us a chance, or you never met us before, right?
Oh, I know. I'm not disrespecting you.
No, I'm not.
I'm just telling you what
I hear you.
what I've been to. Okay, and not only that. Okay, I was in here, the exact same place. No, actually, it was the police station that you have under construction.
Yep.
The city,
Right up,
yep.
right up the road from.
We're the sheriff's
Where-
department, if no one clarified with you.
Okay, Officer Spackowitz brought me in there, and I cooperated with a situation with a man that was battered and a window broken. And I told the truth. The truth is supposed to set you free.
Yeah.
And guess what? Brian Bayer, the DA, they knew I was innocent. My attorney told me that. They didn't review all the exculpatory evidence. And guess what? I was charged.
And then what happened?
Out.
Free. Truth set you free.
No, they tried to get me to go. They tried to basically make me plea out to something I didn't do.
And did you?
Hell no.
Well, there you
I
go.
don't plead guilty for things that I don't do.
It's fair enough. I get
But
it.
I'm just saying, I've had extremely bad experiences here in Waukesha.
I understand.
I understand. Okay, I didn't fall out off a turnip truck yesterday. Okay, Waukesha has a lot of money. They have a lot of people sitting here to make cases, and that's happened to me. I mean, Milwaukee's a different animal.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And I'm not going to get caught up in cooperating and getting charged for something I didn't do, because obviously we wouldn't be here if, with all these guns, if you're not going to accuse me of something. I mean,
We have no desire to charge you with something you didn't do. I promise you, okay? And I know you
because
said
I have
you
a really sick feeling in my stomach about
Like-
whatever is
like I said, you said you had bad experience in the past. Give us a chance, okay? You've never dealt with us, all right? We've never dealt with you. all right? Give us a chance, all right? And again, I have no ill will towards you, and I have no desire to charge you with anything you didn't do, okay? Neither does my partner. I promise you. I'm not blowing smoke up your butt.
Well, I haven't done anything to be charged.
Well, there you go.
Nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing in my vehicle, and there's nothing in that apartment. Nothing.
We're not even accusing you of having anything in your truck.
Well,
We
I'm
just
just saying.
want to ask you a few questions. That's all we want to do. Talk to you a little bit. Let's see if maybe some of the answers you can give us can clear us up and point us in the right direction, maybe.
Okay.
All right?
I will try, but when you try calling, I already contacted the family member, and I will get the best attorney that, just because I live in that place does not mean I can't afford it. My family.
Nobody's saying anything bad about you, Matt. Nobody's.
We don't have any preconceived notions about you.
I'm just being truthful with you, the experiences that I've been through here. Okay?
That sounds bad.
I'm not saying that I'm one of these guys that I believe in defunding the police, because I'm not. I know you guys go through frickin' hell with the shit you do, okay? And I'm not trying to butter you up or anything. I'm just being straight up honest with you. I don't care if I don't like you or not. I'm just being honest with you.
Appreciate that.
I've been through the system enough. I see what you guys go through and got to deal with. I'm not on that line, where things are going. But I also know that there's a flip side of that where this county has a tendency to experience some bad things here.
It sounds like you have. And, it sounds like you've had some bad experiences in the county here. Like my partner was saying, we're just looking to have a conversation and for you to give us a shot. We'd like to explain some things. I know you got a bunch of questions. We have some questions. We have some answers. We'll be honest with you, and our ask is that you just be straight with us, right? I assume you've been searched and searched, right?
Yeah. I'm just don't look at me like that.
If we thought that about you, you're not in handcuffs, right? You've been nothing but respectful with the deputy and with us. So.
Allergies.
You're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let's get through this paperwork so we can get through the what's and everything else. All right. How do you say your last name? Is it just like Pahl?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, yeah.
Your name is
Ross Sykes.
Ross. Okay, I knew I had over.
How far did you go in school? Like high school?
No, we're not going.
I mean, you understand English, right? Like,
Yeah, well,
nothing we said confused you so far. Like, you're good with English. I guess that's kind of the point. Like, some people we talk to went only to sixth grade, right? So sometimes they just don't understand what's being said. That's why we ask. So.
yes, I understand.
Okay. So, high school, college, any of that?
Yeah, all of the above.
Okay.
Do you have a degree in anything, or no? Just some college?
Well, I'm not going to answer that one because we're not. I mean, if I have too much education, then I can be considered too smart. And
No.
If I don't have any education, then
No. We asked that question. We asked that question because sometimes when we talk to people, like my partner said, they haven't gone through a lot of schooling, and we want to make sure that when we're talking to you, you understand what we're saying, and we understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's what it is we ask. It's not to be offensive or to say anything negative or positive.
well, I'm not narcissistic, so I'm not going to talk up my education or my ability to comprehend. And
You seem fine to me, so you don't need to give me your curriculum, so I'm confident. So
it's different things, so
Yeah, that's fine.
It's a whole list of stuff, so I'd rather get
Get to the meat and potatoes.
to the next section.
Yeah. So, Mac, again, we gotta go through this paperwork because obviously you were brought down here in handcuffs. We kept you here, tried to give you something to eat and drink, but you came down here you didn't walk in here by yourself, right? You came in handcuffs. So because you're down here, we're gonna talk to you about some things. We gotta go through the statement of your rights, right? And I'm sure you said you had a long history with Waukesha PD for sure. I've probably seen these on television shows as well, but it's just these constitutional rights. Okay, I'm just gonna go right through them, and we'll get down to it. So before we ask you questions, you have to understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before questioning and have him or her present during questioning. And if you can't afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make statements. You understand the rights that I just read to you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's make that for a time, buddy.
7:57.
Okay. So this is a form I'm going to ask you to sign that I read those to you. Don't want to sign them? Okay. All right. So what were some of the questions you had for us, Matt? That we haven't already kind of touched on a little bit.
If you were just going to ask me a few questions, why would it be so important that I sign that?
It's just saying that you acknowledge what your rights are. It's not you admitting
Right.
Yeah, you're not.
Right, but like it says, this has happened to me before. Anything that I say can be used against me. And with the window incident,
What's the window incident?
the window incident that I got charged, and my own attorney said that the DA's office knew that I didn't do it.
Yeah.
They didn't listen to all the exculpatory evidence,
Yeah.
but they didn't care.
But
That's the type of serious criminal activity. Okay, that's big time criminal activity. When we got an institution here that's doing stuff like that,
Okay.
especially when the poor can't get a fair kick at the can. I mean, anybody believes that the poor gets a fair kick at the can here in court is delusional and
Well,
fantasy,
let's-
wrapped in a red tissue of lies.
Yeah, so that's neat, but we don't have anything to do with that, right? We're just a couple of cops. We have nothing to do with the bureaucracy of this
I won't-
concern here.
And you told us already that you didn't do anything wrong. All we have is some basic questions for you, okay?
Okay.
Again, we're not trying to trick you.
That's what I've heard before, and that's what you say, but how do I know?
Because all I'm asking you is to have a little faith that I'm not lying to you, okay? You've never met us, all right? I'm asking you just to go on a little bit of a limb that I'm not.
That's what I live on, faith, because that's a hell of a lot stronger word than hope. Okay. Okay.
All right?
I don't hope, I have faith. Okay.
If at any
Because
point,
I know I didn't do anything wrong. But whatever reason you have me here,
that's what we want to talk about,
it
okay?
doesn't matter what you found in my apartment. Everything that I have in my apartment is legal.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
I wouldn't be that freaking stupid if I did have something illegal. I would not have something.
Matt, nobody thinks you're stupid, all right? And again, if we start disrespecting you, then
No, but I'm just saying, I go by my gut, okay? And if I feel that, I'm gonna be played, that's it, attorney,
I'm not trying to play you.
Yeah, we're just having a conversation, Matt, but that's all.
And again, we have some real basic questions, and you can answer whatever questions you choose to. If you don't want to answer a question, don't answer.
but I'm not,
Do you have any,
I will-
are you curious at all about why we want to talk to you?
well, of course I am.
And that's kind of why
That's
we,
why I asked
right, because we haven't accused you of doing anything wrong,
was
right?
it something that happened yesterday? I mean, I went right over by the police. I mean, nobody,
We're not here about anything yesterday, okay? Okay, and neither of us has accused you of doing anything wrong. All we want to do is talk to you.
not yet, but you have a job. You your job is to
So find,
make a case.
yeah, not
Find the truth.
yeah, fact finders. You know what I mean?
Please, I hope so.
That's all we're
Like I
looking
said,
at. I mean,
me and Brian are not about putting stuff on people that didn't do it. Okay, I promise you. All right. I know you never met us, but I'm shooting you straight. Okay?
Oh, I've seen both you guys before.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
We have no desire.
Observant.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. That's coming in.
I've seen you make a few busts in the undercover capacity.
Let's talk about Stephanie. What is she to you?
Oh my God. Stephanie is the mother of my daughter. And you guys already know that.
Yeah. Did you guys have a current relationship?
We've always had some type of relationship with helping each other.
Yeah.
She helped me. She was spending a lot of time with her family and friends, and she helped me recently when I broke my ankle. She helped me out quite a bit, and I was quite thankful for that. I had a few other family members that helped. What I've been with her, this is well documented with her doctors. It's well documented with the suicide attempts that she's made in numerous places. Back in April, she took a whole bottle of pills by her parents' house, and they just kind of blew it off like it was nothing. And I tried to get her to stop the medications, to get help.
What did she take when she overdosed it by her parents? Like, what was she taking?
She was taking, one of the doctors was prescribing her a lot of medication. And a lot of times I would go with her to pick up the medications, which the pharmacist has well documented that I would go there and pick them up, or we would go together. And a lot of times I would give the medications my daughter. Allegedly, my daughter, there's never been a DNA test to definitively prove that, okay? I believe in my heart she's my daughter, but I have a brother that's deceased that we're very close to each other, and we all lived together at one time 20 years ago. So, getting back to your, what was it?
You said she's been,
Oh yeah, and I actually, what's going on here?
do you know where she is? Do you know, like, when's the last time you saw her?
From almost the first minute in the room, Paul is doing something specific, building a case for his own credibility before anyone has questioned it. He tells a long, detailed story about a previous wrongful charge, a corrupt DA's office, exculpatory evidence ignored, 30 years of probation for a decades-old offense. None of this has anything to do with Stephanie. All of it accomplishes the same thing, establishing, preemptively, that he's a victim of the system, someone who tells the truth and gets punished for it anyway. That's the attack and reverse part of Davo showing up before there's even been a deny. He's preloading the narrative he'll need later. At the same time, watch how hard he works to build personal rapport with the detective specifically, asking where they are from, name-dropping a mutual acquaintance, trading stories about mutual friends, talking about his uncle's career in law enforcement. This isn't incidental small talk. It's an attempt to reframe the room from interrogator and suspect into two guys who get each other, cops and a guy who's seen it all. He explicitly asks them to extend him faith, a word he specifically distinguishes from hope, as if trust was something he could simply request into existence rather than earn through consistency. Notice, too, the moment he volunteers, unprompted, "I'm not narcissistic," a specific, clinical term nobody has used in the room yet. People don't typically reach for that particular word to reassure a stranger unless it's already occupying real space in their own head.
No.
You don't know where she is? Do you remember the last time you saw her?
No, weeks ago.
Weeks ago?
And I'm sick to my stomach.
Why is that?
Because I have a bad feeling.
Walk me through the last, when you said you saw her a few weeks ago, where were you guys?
I can't recall the exact time that I saw her. Do you want to go to that, or do you want to stick on the few times I had to go to the hospital with her because she was in such poor condition.
We'll come back to that.
I also have documentation. I called the suicide line. She attempted to slash her wrist.
When was that?
She started this stuff 3 or 4 years ago, and I just didn't know where my place was in that. I wanted to do everything I could for her, but I didn't want her to get locked up in a mental home. And she kept telling me that she was getting better. She was going to get better. She was recently seeking treatment through the hospital. But I would say the last year, she was just, since the beginning of the year, she was just out of control.
With what? Like as far as what?
It's just threatening suicide all the time. Threatening suicide all the time. Slashing her wrists, taking pills. And it really got to me. It was really a serious situation.
Well, it sounds like it. I mean, taking a bunch of pills like that and slashing her wrist. What was she being like? Why was she depressed? What was she feeling that way from?
She just wanted to be a mother. I mean, part of this whole ordeal is her kid was taken away from this exact entity here in Waukesha for made up, and that's another thing we want to do. We want to do this made up allegation stuff with using corporal punishment on our daughter back in 2012, and of course, my family sprung for a good attorney, and she had a public defender, and the public defender didn't do anything. My family hired a good attorney, and the charges were thrown up.
Do you guys talk to your daughter on a regular basis? Is it estranged? I don't know what the relationship's like.
Oh no, my daughter moved. She's on the stage. She's happy with.
Have you talked to her recently in the last?
No, not recently. I talked to her a little bit when Stephanie was up north in July, going into August. That's where I had somebody else help me with my foot. In May it was really bad. I couldn't even stand in the shower. I needed a caretaker, and she came over once in a while and helped me.
Stephanie did, or the caretaker?
Stephanie did, and I had somebody else help me. But
where's she living?
Mostly at her parents. except when she would come over and help me.
Okay.
She went up north up at the Dells, and she texted me many texts saying that, she was sorry what happened to my leg, that, she wished that she would have called me that day. That's a whole different story in itself what happened, but, if we would have been together, it never would have happened, but that's a whole different story. And she texted me saying that I feel so helpless. My family's, nobody in my family gives a shit about me. I can pull it right off my phone.
Sure.
I can show you right off my phone. Yeah, or I'm sure, right? You guys, maybe you got my phone tapped. Maybe you already know. I don't know. Okay, but I have the text, and she begged me to pick her up. She said, "Please pick me up. And something happened up north where she just snapped. She freaking snapped, and they said that she went out in the woods, and they had to find her out in the woods.
Where?
Up north, in the Dells.
Is there somebody who lives up north? Like, what was she doing up north?
Well, her parents have a place up there, timeshare, just like my family does.
So who from her family was telling you about her wandering off into the woods?
Well, she told me, and the little time that I talked to Layla was like really concerned, and they just totally alienated her up there, and I told her, I said, please do not take the medication that one of the doctors is prescribing you. One of the doctors was just way prescribing her too much medication. One of them was, and I have medical people in my family, and that's one of the black box that can actually cause homicidal or suicidal situations for people, and that's documented. That's not coming from me. You can look up the research. I'm not trying to be Joe Know-It-All here. That's pretty much everybody knows that some of those serious good.
Agreed. Yeah.
So something snapped in her, and she said, "Please come and pick me up." And I picked her up from home, and she came, helped me for a little bit. She helped me. She went with me to look at a bed in case I was going to purchase it, because I wasn't going to be able to put it, because at that time I'm still supposed to be on crutches right now. You can get I have a 3-prong fracture in my foot. My foot was swollen up like this. I couldn't move that good.
Yeah.
Just this last 2 weeks going through therapy, it finally broke through, and the swelling went down, and I'm actually able to get my feet in the shoes now. Good. Otherwise, I was on crutches and in a walking boot. So, we went to the bed thing, and she wasn't right. I told her, I said, I'm looking at you, and something's not right. And she was always really sneaky with stuff, I tried to help her with that stuff, but she was always trying to escape whatever demons were in her head. She just wanted to be a mother, What happened with us should never have happened. This would have never happened in Milwaukee. Allegedly, they said that they found a big round bump on the police said this. It was Polkowski and Sherry, and when my attorney got him in court and got on the stand, they said, "Well, where's the evidence? Where's the witness?" Well, they stood there and they didn't say anything. Well, Donna Kugler's like, okay, make sure that's documented, and because I was on probation at the time, the charges were thrown out, but that's what they do. They use, and studying this, like one of the attorneys said that DOC probably should be sued because when you use one government entity with another government entity to push somebody's hand, that's called, there's a couple statutes for that, but that's illegal. You're not supposed to do that, but that's what they did to me. So I went back to prison on no charges. By the way, I called the media, and they still wanted to interview me on this whole situation. I did 30 years on probation and parole for a charge that happened in 1989, and I went back to prison 3 times, okay, on no new charges.
Just like parole violation stuff?
Made up parole violations.
Okay.
So I know what they can do in Waukesha here, especially.
I get it. That's
I know
what we're trying to do.
I know, but I'm giving you want to view
where you're coming from.
You asked about Stephanie, why this happened to her. When I first met Stephanie, she was absolutely fine up here. Okay, she was diagnosed with during this period where the child was lost, and she didn't have that serious of a record. A few little things that happened when she was younger, and well, they came to the house, the undercover cops, and you know, she was out of her mind, and they made all these buys. They built up these charges, made her look like she was some big drug dealer, and all there was people coming over that were giving her stuff, and even Judge Foster scolded the DA's office and said, "Are you kidding me? This girl needed help. You guys should have put her in treatment, not racked up 25 charges for selling it to an undercover. Come on, man. We got better things to do in this world right now."
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay,
100%.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what. Layla was taken away. She was put in prison. I was put in prison. Layla was put in a foster home for a while, and then she eventually went to the parents. So that's to answer your question as to how.
Went to her parents? Layla did? Went to
Yeah.
Stephanie's parents?
Yeah.
When was the last time you remember seeing Stephanie?
There were a couple times where she just snapped and just left. She would come and go. Sometimes she would come over, and I would just say, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And she would say, I gotta go. And her mother always picked her up. So.
Like, because you said if you think it's been a couple of weeks since you last saw her. If you go back,
it's
think about the last time you saw her. Where was that?
It's been over a couple of weeks. I don't remember exactly. Where is she?
That's what we're trying to find out. We don't know. She's missing. So we're trying to figure out who saw her last, where she was.
I heard something on the social media that there was an abduction in Delafield.
An abduction?
Some type of an abduction.
When was that?
Or just a couple of days ago. They were looking into some type of abduction. I'm actually, first of all, I don't talk, since this happened, since there was a rift between my side of the family and her side of the family about what happened with Layla. And I don't talk to her mom and dad.
Okay.
We just don't talk. We don't call. We don't. The only person I talk to is Layla, and Layla's a teenager now, and you know she knows it all, and she does what she wants, and she flip flops from side to side, and so I just let her do her thing because I know I went through the same thing. I was just like her when I was young. I didn't listen, and I try to do my best with her, and telling her to be careful, and don't think you know it all in life because you got a lot to learn. And I actually haven't spoke to her for since they were up north, just a little bit on the video when the whole family up there was fighting. And
That's when you talked to Layla last?
yeah, not much. She was on video and just making goofy eyes and
Sure.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I get what you said, that Stephanie she goes on these, you said these, like, almost like little episodes where she leaves and comes back.
She
leaves
just
and comes
totally disappears. And now I'm really worried. I actually wanted to call the parents, and I was also thinking about coming in and making some type of report, but with all the things that have happened to me in the past, I start thinking, right away,
This isn't
right away they're gonna,
right. Oh, this isn't so much about you. It's about Stephanie. We're trying to figure out where she is, who last saw her. That's what we're trying to figure out. So if you can think back, as you said, I understand you said you've had a lot of history with her, but recall the last time you saw her, where it was. Did she say anything? Where was she going?
Where were you going? Like that kind of stuff.
no, it was close to when we were out looking at beds.
When was that about?
Somewhere in the middle of, somewhere around the middle of last month.
You said there's some kind of conversation in your phone that would, I thought you said something about going to look for beds, which we could look
Yeah.
at. Do you know what that would be?
No, that's not in the phone. No, the pictures of the text that I took with some of the things that she was saying to me.
Where did you guys look at beds at?
A few places. We went to Steinhoffel's. We went to
Remember if this was like a weekend, a weekday?
Milwaukee.
Okay. Remember if is this the morning, the afternoon, the evening?
See, here's the thing when when I really got worried and didn't understand what was going on is she put her purse in the back of my truck,
Okay.
in the back seat. And I took it out, but I didn't notice that the purse was there until I went to the car wash and clean, because if you search the vehicle, I hope you didn't rip open the doors. You guys had my keys. You just had to open up the keys with the doors with the keys.
Right. Nothing's damaged.
Okay. She, I didn't notice the purse because I had to, for me not being able to move around, I just threw a bunch of shit in the back of my seat. Bags and clothes and stuff. I have a bag back there for when I go swimming. I have a gym bag because we would go to the Y, we go to Planet Fitness.
What kind of purse was it that she dumped?
Dumped?
If she dumped it in the back seat or tossed it in the back seat or whatever?
I didn't notice that the purse was in the back seat until I went to the car wash about a week ago.
Yeah.
Asked simply what Stephanie is to him, Paul doesn't answer the question. He delivers an extended, largely unprompted account of her mental illness, suicide attempts, overdoses, self-harm, all repeatedly described as documented, well documented, a phrase he returns to again and again as though repetition alone makes it more true. This is worth naming directly. This is theme laying, the same technique interrogators use to offer a suspect a face-saving explanation before the hard questions start, except here, nobody is doing it to him. He's doing it to himself, building the alternative explanation for her disappearance. She was unstable, she wandered off, she's done this before the detectives have asked a single question that would require one. Listen for how often his own explanations quietly contradict each other inside the same few minutes. She's a danger to herself who needs constant monitoring, but he also describes long stretches where he doesn't know where she is or who she's with. She's someone he changed for the better, got sober, got a job, got her license back, and also someone he describes, later in this same stretch, as always sneaky, always hiding things, always trying to escape whatever demons were in her head. That's not a contradiction he seems to notice, because the function of the narrative isn't consistency. It's coverage, laying enough alternative explanations on the table that whichever one the evidence eventually points toward, has already prepositioned an answer for it.
And I took out my car mats and I started cleaning everything, and lo and behold, I see her purse, and then that's when I was like thinking, well, this is strange. But she's done that before.
Yeah.
She's left with her purse behind.
Yeah.
She also left, so I'm thinking, well, okay, well, the purse is there. She's got her phone. She should be okay.
Yeah.
So, then I notice when I get home, whenever, after I found the purse, that she left her phone and the iPad at my apartment.
Okay. What was the
The iPad was something that, now we had our phones on for many years on and off through one contract, so that was not unusual for us to swap iPads or swap phones.
Okay.
I mean, you can look into it. It's on T-Mobile. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you.
No.
The phone is still on. In fact, I went on the phone, and I was looking for any type of messages. I couldn't call her because the phone was at my place.
What kind of purse is it, though, is what I'm asking? That she left in the back of your truck?
Black purse.
Black purse?
Yeah.
Was there any, like, marks on it, or did it have anything distinguishable? I'm not a purse. You know what I mean? Like, I know women have.
Well, if you guys went in my apartment, did you find the purse?
Where was it in there? I didn't spend a whole lot of time there. We had other stuff we were working on, so.
What were you working on?
What's that?
Are you looking for her?
No. We weren't working on there. I said we were there for a little while, then we had to go.
Well, what were you looking for in there?
For where?
In my apartment.
We're getting there. Like, I'm trying to find out, like, where was Stephanie last seen? Who was she last with?
You guys said you went bed or mattress shopping, right? Do you know, okay, so walk me through that day, Matt. Okay, so you guys went looking around at different mattresses or bed frames or what? Mattresses?
Yeah.
You said you went to a couple different places like Steinhoff.
Yeah, I went to a couple different places.
Did you guys buy it? Order a mattress? Did you buy a mattress?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys come back to your apartment? Do you remember?
Yeah. After that, we did.
Did she spend the night?
Yep.
Okay.
I believe she spent the night, and then we went to. The next day, we went somewhere, and I believe that's the day she took off. And I thought, well, that's nothing new because she'd done this. She calls her mom.
When she took off, so you wake up, right? She spent the night. Are you guys at the apartment? Are you staying at the apartment? Do you leave together? Does she leave? Do you leave? Like, that's what we're trying to figure out. Can you walk me through that morning? So you wake up, you said you thought you may have went somewhere. Do you remember where you guys went, or where you went, or where she went?
Yeah, we went to, I was going to Orthopedic Associates.
Okay. All right. Did she go with you? Did she stay at the apartment?
She went with me to Orthopedic. She went with me a couple times there.
Okay. So that day.
In fact, I was there Friday the 9th. I had a doctor's appointment Friday the 9th.
When 9th of September?
Yeah, when there was a huge crime scene there.
But you weren't there when you last saw her. You said you weren't there.
I was there Friday when I saw a huge crime scene there.
Okay.
What happened there?
Well, hold, real quick, Matt. You said you went with her to an appointment at orthopedics.
You guys know something you're not telling me.
No, we're trying to figure out where she is or who last saw her at. So I guess you just told me you said you guys went to orthopedics together.
Yeah. Oh, I've been going to orthopedics since.
Right. This is the day after
May.
Right. This is the day after though. You guys went mattress shopping.
Yeah, I can't recall the exact dates, but she went there with me a few times.
Okay. This would be the last time that you would have seen her though. In the last few weeks, you said this one would be kind of. I would. If you're thinking back, you haven't seen her since this date, and you said you guys went out there.
I believe so.
Does she drive? Do you drive?
I drove, but sometimes in the beginning she drove because I wasn't supposed to drive because of my foot.
Do you remember if you went straight to orthopedics? Do you remember what time you went there? What your appointment was? Anything like that?
Well, yeah, I had physical.
You know what time that would have been?
My times were all different.
Morning, afternoon?
Yeah, a lot of times they were in the morning.
Okay. She went with you there?
Yeah, she went with me a few times.
Did you go to your appointment that day, do you remember?
Yeah.
Did she come in with you?
I never missed any of my appointments. No. One time I came out of my appointment and I left the keys in the truck for her.
Is this the same time we're talking about, the day after you went mattress shopping?
No, this is before.
No, so
I came, but this is kind of peculiar though.
Okay.
I came out and I walked out and the truck was running. I left the keys in there. If I'm not in the truck, I won't let her drive because I have to watch her because of the seizures and meds she's on. I'm obviously not going to let her drive. That's common sense.
Yep.
But because I wasn't supposed to drive, it's happened before where she's kind of went off the road and I grabbed the wheel. So I go out there and I'm like, what in the hell are you doing? She's like, oh my God, I had to put the air conditioner on. She goes, I lost my bladder. I'm like, what? Why? What are you doing? So immediately I thought that she was taking too many of her pills.
Okay. This day after you said you had a morning appointment and you guys went out there together. You said when you got out there, you went into your appointment. So this is the last time you would have seen her, it sounds like. Okay. Did she come in the building with you? Do you remember?
No.
She stayed in the truck?
Yeah, I stayed in the truck.
You finished your appointments?
Yeah.
Come out to your truck? And then what?
She's gone.
She's not in the truck anymore?
She's gone, yeah.
Did she have the keys or no? Do you remember?
Oh, no, I had the keys. I had the keys.
Did she give you any indication she was going to go anywhere or like where she would be going?
No. She just... I was just perplexed with a lot of things, how she was acting. I just don't like this. It seems like you guys are trying to get me, for some reason, to be with her. What happened?
Matt,
where is she?
That's what we're trying to figure out, Matt. We don't know. Okay, she's been missing, right? You said you haven't seen her for weeks. So we're trying to talk to everybody.
Please tell me. This is not normal for her not to get a hold of me. This is not normal for me not to hear something from her.
Right. When you got back out to your truck, Matt, and she wasn't there, did you go in the building? Did you check the bathroom?
Man? What's going on, man?
That's what we're trying to find out, Matt. Okay? Like you said, when you came out here...
What happened?
That's what we're trying to figure out, Matt. Matt, we're looking into. You said when you came out to your truck, she wasn't there. Okay. What happened next?
At that particular time, I thought it was another time that she went and called her mom to pick her up.
Okay. Did you try giving her a call?
No, I couldn't. because she left the phone at the house.
She left her phone at the house?
Yeah, she left the phone at the house.
But you didn't realize.
So, like I've done before, I drove up and down looking for her, and I can't, with my leg, I can't,
Oh, I gotcha. Did she have any bags with her, any property that she took with her?
no. No, I don't know what you were just gonna say, but no, I knew that she didn't have her phone that time before I went in, because I said, I'll text you or something. She's like, oh no, I forgot my phone. And I thought that was really strange. But that wasn't unusual either. She's left her phone behind. Sometimes she brings her iPad. I really didn't notice. I just went in, I came out, and she was gone.
When you said you drove up and down, you looked for her, did you?
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe she took a walk up the street. Maybe she called her mom. Maybe she was just venting, because she's had a habit of this in the past, to run out to the woods, call her mom, do stuff like that.
Okay. What did you?
When I was over on West Ave, she got really extremely upset over a phone call at Layla, and I got a picture of my phone. She ran out to the bushes, hid in the bushes, and started slashing her wrists. And then she said she was going to jump in front of a train, and I said she didn't have her phone that time either, but she went up, she covered her wrist, she went up to a store, and she called me from the store, and she said, I'm settled down now, and I'm just like, well, what's wrong? Talk to me. And she's like, well, I'll come back and talk to you.
Okay. This last time that you saw her, when she wasn't in the truck, you said you drove up and down looking for her. Did you ever go back to check the apartment, if maybe she got a ride from someone? Did you get hold of her mom? Did you ask her mom if she'd seen her?
No, because me and the mom didn't talk. If she went with her mom, why wouldn't her mom? Her mom could have called me too.
Do you remember when you got back?
Ask her mom that. Ask her mom why she doesn't call me. Her mom doesn't. No, I'm just saying.
Do you remember when you got back to the apartment? Was she there?
You guys were over there yesterday talking to the parents.
I haven't talked to anybody's parents yesterday. When you met,
somebody was.
Matt, you said when you got back.
Really?
Did you go?
Well, if she's missing, that's the first place that you go to is the parents.
You said it was never at the house yesterday. Yeah.
Not you, but somebody was.
Did you go back here looking for her?
Did I go back to the apartment?
Yeah, after you were looking for her.
Yeah.
Do you remember if she was there at all?
Oh, no.
Is there anything there that gave you an indication that she had been there while you were in your appointment or anything like that?
No, not at this place, but at the last place, she got really bad and duplicated my key. No, she didn't duplicate the key. What did she do? She did something where she was able to get in the door, but it was the drugs that was making her whacked out. So she did some really whacked out stuff sometimes.
Okay, all right. Has she contacted you since then?
No. I'm not a social media person, but since the iPad was at the house, I did look on social media. I did look to see if she was active. Maybe she used her mom's phone or whatever, and I noticed that her family was unusually active the last couple of days, and I started thinking, oh no, something's not right here, because there have times that we haven't talked. We just done own things,
I got you.
but not, this is
What? A little
too
different?
long, yeah, I've been really having a sick feeling in
How
my
long,
stomach, something bad.
how long after that you saw her, Matt? How long after that appointment, when you went back to the apartment? You said you went to the car wash or something. That was like recently though. That was a few days ago or a week ago.
Wait a second, I need to, you guys are, I'm being cooperative.
Yeah, I'm not trying to confuse you.
Really being honest. I just feel like I'm being boxed in a corner for some reason.
No, like I said, we're trying to figure out who last saw her, where she was going.
Okay, if that's all this was, why wouldn't you call me in here why wouldn't you call me up on the phone if you had my phone number?
I don't make those decisions.
Because I'm pretty sure parents have my phone number through Layla, but I don't even think I have their updated numbers because I don't talk to the parents.
Right.
Not much. I mean, there were times that I went over there and we said hi and goodbye to each other, but nothing. We don't talk on social media. We don't talk.
I'm trying to get as much pertinent information regarding Stephanie as I can, okay? And you told me, you said you made a comment or a little bit earlier about that, something about her purse in the back of the truck. Something about a car wash. I don't recall. What was that? Is it the same day, or is this more recent?
No. I didn't know. The phone, the iPad and the phone wasn't that strange, but and she's walked away before without her phone and used other people's phones. So, but with the new phone, when I did see it, I thought that was kind of odd. And then when I did do the car wash, I thought it was really odd that the purse was in the back seat of my truck, and she had the wallet was in there. I looked. I mean, the wallet was in there. Her smoking stuff was in there.
Okay. And it would have had to have been in there from the last time you saw her for the appointment, right?
Yeah, I would believe so. Yeah, I would believe so.
I mean, did you see it? Did you see it in the truck the day she left?
Oh no! It was. I wasn't able to wash my truck for at least 2 weeks after. It was just recently.
Do you remember anything the last time you saw her, the day she left? Did she leave anything in the car that you thought was odd? That you noticed?
Yeah. I didn't notice it right away. I noticed it when I cleaned the car out and I pulled the car mats out, which
That's when you found the purse.
Which you guys already know. What was in there? Well, come on, man. Stop playing stupid.
We haven't gone through your car, man.
Yeah, I did not.
You just said you had a warrant for the car.
Doesn't mean we did anything with it yet.
I did not. Neither one of us have. We're here talking to you. Okay. I'm trying to.
Where is the truck?
We have a truck.
Where?
Not far.
There's nothing you can find in it than what I've already told you.
Well, that's good.
What do you think? Do you think I cut up a body in there or something?
Why would you go to that?
No, man.
But why would you take the truck? Usually that's what you take a truck for, is you look for evidence of some type of...
We're trying to be thorough, man. That's all we're trying to do, okay? Just like we would be for anybody that's missing, okay? Would she throw her... Do you know why she would throw her purse in the back of the
You
truck?
guys aren't being honest. Oh, shit.
Do you know why? Has she ever thrown her purse in the way back in the truck before? Like, and a week goes by or 2 weeks goes by, and then all of a sudden you find it when you were cleaning it out?
You're not going to tell me that this ain't going down the road, if something happened to her, that it was my fault, because that's...
Matt, all I'm asking you is questions about the last time you saw her. That's it. I haven't accused you of anything, and neither is my partner.
Did you see
Did I see what?
what was in the car?
I did not look in your truck.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're going to say somebody else found it or whatever.
I didn't look
The day that I found the purse,
Yeah.
when I cleaned the truck out, there was a note underneath. There was a note underneath the car mat.
What did it say?
It wasn't anything that I haven't already heard before through email, through texting about threatening her life. But in the note, she didn't threaten her life. She said that I'm tired of everybody. I'm tired of everybody. I hate everybody. I hate you. I hate my parents. Fuck everybody. You know, that type of language.
That note's in your truck now?
Yeah.
What did that note make you think?
I just left it there because I have nothing to hide.
I'm asking you what that-
I mean, come on, guys.
All I'm asking you, man, was that
You
note.
guys aren't stupid. If you're trying to accuse me of something,
Matt, no one's accusing you of
I
anything.
wouldn't have any of this stuff. But
Matt, no one.
I didn't know what to think about it, so I left it there.
I'm asking you what you thought. the note-
Even my dad has been in the truck since there, and he read it. He said it just sounds like a cry, a plea for help.
Do you think she left that note that last time you saw her?
Possibly. I can't say for sure. Well, yeah, I have to go pee. That's probably a good educated guess because I didn't find it. I found it the same day I found the purse, pretty close to the last time I saw her. But then again, there's no date on it, and I have emails on my phone and emails of, other times that she's threatened, threatened. And, numerous times I would call her up and say, look, I know you're getting your medications. I want to go with you or I'm going to go get them. And if you don't allow me to, I'm going to call the police and I'm going to call the suicide police. I'm not going to let you take the whole goddamn fucking vial of pills.
Yeah.
And there's, I have, when somebody, mental illness is a serious thing, and I did not know this until just recently, but she just had a scan of her brain, and they said that it was like a football player getting hit in the head. Why do those football players that make millions of dollars a year get depressed? It's because it's a freaking mental illness. Okay, we don't fully understand our own brains. Why do they do the things they do? Because it's a mental illness. I tried the best I could with her, but these last couple of years, she was just going off the deep end. And like my dad said, she should have been institutionalized. But nobody would listen. The fucking doctors wouldn't listen. They just kept prescribing more and more drugs, more and more drugs.
Was she against the idea of seeing a doctor, like a psychologist or something?
I got her into seeing a therapist once a week.
Okay.
She was seeing a therapist through her medical thing where they would be in a group and they would talk and I asked her if she was doing better to help her, and she said yes, but she was always really sneaky with medication. She was always wanting to feel something different to help with whatever demon she had in her head, and I saw that she was on pass, and I said, oh my God, I said, please don't do that again. And I did look at her medical chart, and I did notice that she was recently on behind my back.
Is she struggling with any type of illegal drug usage that you know of?
No, I kept her away from any of that stuff. I mean, you get to a certain age, you just, that shit's just stupid.
Yeah.
Okay?
She had
It's just all this. They had me on when I was in a probation pro, going through a lot of conflict there and stress, and that's where I got my PTSD from. Oh my God, these POs here are fucking crazy, some of them. Not all of them, okay, I'm not gonna go there. They had me on nortriptyline for a while, and it gave me a regular heartbeat. It made me sweat profusely. And she was gonna see Layla one time, and all of a sudden, my whole bottle was gone. My whole freaking bottle was gone. She took the whole bottle. And when I did see her, they were at the bowling alley when I was over there on West. I'm sure you guys know I lived over on West because I didn't get along with the owner there, and the owner was saying that, oh my God, I was the devil, and I was summoning up demons, and I was all over Waukesha doing. I've been accused of everything, man, but my charges, I got one charge back from 1989. I'm a nonviolent person.
So we don't really do much in the city, even though we're here in the city now. It sounds like all the contacts you've had are with the city. Like we're the sheriff,
I'm just letting you know.
I hear you. Is she? I know you said she was like helping you out.
She took the whole bottle. She took the whole bottle and ate the whole bottle within 2 days. And when I saw her, it was just like she had no look in her eyes. She had bangs underneath her eyes. And I'm just like, Stephanie, man, you're with your daughter, man. You can't be like that.
Sounds like she's got some demons. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't able to raise, the kid was taken away from her, and that's when, they came at her with she had some bad people over there in the house on Adams Street, and she hung around some bad girls. The next thing you know, the cops were in the house, and they made her look like she was Chapo's mule or something, 15 counts, they charged her 15 counts of selling one Xanax to an undercover cop. I mean, Judge Foster said, come on, man, get her in treatment, get her help. Yeah. Now look, this is what happened. And, okay, I know the state likes to, they want to find somebody to blame it on, but when you look at this whole picture, what she went through, this whole system failed her. She never got help.
I'm not arguing with you over that, okay?
And I'm not saying it happens all the time. I'm not trying to sound like an asshole and say all cops are bad.
No, man, I think
my uncle was chief of detectives in Milwaukee, and I heard stories, every type of story you can freaking imagine when I was younger. So I know.
You said she was staying with you, helping you out. I don't mean to offend you. Are you guys a couple, or is this monogamous? Or is she seeing anybody else that you know of that we can talk to?
I saw. Oh, shit. I really have to go pee. All I saw on Messenger is that she was talking to a couple guys, but that's what she wants to do.
You guys aren't.
Oh no, we were never like to the point, whatever you want to call it, where you're obsessed with each other or whatever. That we kind of had just an open relationship where
you guys didn't have any titles or anything, boyfriend, girlfriend, or
no. We always had a deep feeling for love for each other, but we also understood that too. Everything that we went through and how many years we've been together, just like a normal couple that's been together for 15 years. I didn't understand that when I was younger, but you just fall out of love.
Yeah.
But you can still love that person and care for them. But it's not the type of love where it's sexual or what I want to use the word possessive or anything like that. We just care for each other.
Right. Is there any name of a boyfriend or anything that you can think of?
I just saw her texting, I'm not sure who it was on social media.
Okay.
I don't know if she's seen these guys or not. I mean, all I read is that she was in Delafield and she was at the bar drinking, and I thought to myself, oh Jesus, man, you're not supposed to be drinking on those medications.
Where did you see that? Just so I can go. Where did you see the thing about her in the Delafield bar drinking?
Was that like a Facebook post she had, or like a text message? Or
Yeah, it was if you bring me my phone here, I can show you.
Okay.
I don't know if that one I don't know if I have, if I can get into. Her phone, well, it's actually not her phone. Our phones they were all put on one contract, so we were kind of sharing the phones and iPads. We just did that years ago, and I actually bought the phones, so they're actually my phones, but since I bought them, she just made the monthly payment out of her bank statement. We would set up some deals like that just to help each other work.
you want to use a bathroom, you said?
Yeah.
You need your shoes on for that? Or
Yeah.
That's going to affect it.
Oh,
Keep going. We don't have any, like, detectives.
no black ops detective.
No, not that big of a.
And these are these sheriffs?
We're all deputies.
Just
Deputy
deputies.
sheriff, yeah. We're all, this is the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department. This is, you're in the
Yeah,
Sheriff's
but
Department.
they're undercovers because I've seen them before in undercover capacity. Where I used to live,
I don't know.
there was a guy up front. They came all running out after him.
Yeah, I don't know what those guys do in their capacity. We're a pretty big department, so all of
Oh,
those.
come on, you guys have your big grilling out together. My uncle was a sergeant in Falls, and my uncle was chief of detectives in Milwaukee, so I have a
Yeah, no,
police background in my family.
What other people do together, I don't know.
I didn't even see you driving around when I'm on my bike.
It's possible.
Oh, yeah.
It's possible. I'm around a lot around the city, so.
I know your buddy Ward, too.
Yeah, that's my buddy.
Yeah. I went to
school.
with him.
Oh, you went to school with Ward at Homestead, or?
No, we went to Mount Falls East.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I thought he went to Homestead.
Yeah.
He started there.
No,
I thought he was from that area, like Grafton or
well,
whatever.
he might have moved there, but
Okay.
we were maybe in middle school, but no, we were in high school together.
Okay.
Yeah. I know he worked at the jail for quite a few years.
Oh, yeah. He's got about 30 years in the county.
Yeah. But he just recently became a deputy about the last 10 years, I think.
A little longer than that. Yeah, it's
Oh, really?
10 or 12 years. Oh, 10 or 12.
Time going by
Not
so
not
fast.
that, yeah.
Time goes by so fast. I mean, we were 18 years old together at school.
No, Ward is I've known Ward for 10 years. I've been here, so yeah.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah. Yeah, we went to high school together, so I know Ward.
Maybe one day you can tell me some story about Ward.
Yeah, I'll tell you some funny stories. If you want to get him at the bar, say, I heard the story about you and John Brodigan getting in a fight in the hallway, and you ended up getting slammed on your head. What was that about?
Ward got slammed?
Ward got slammed on his head by my buddy.
Yeah, Mr. Ward. Ward's a big dude.
Yeah, but my buddy was bigger. But you know what? He'll get somewhere about that, but hey. That's what I'm saying. If you guys want to joke, you know,
I know.
people joke around.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter how tough you are, somebody's always tough.
Oh, yeah, I know. No, I said it wasn't Ward either. I know.
Yeah. I don't know where they went.
They want to get to the bathroom too.
Well, I told them the truth, but they wanted to know. We'll see what they say. The truth sets you free, so we'll see.
I was head look, all right?
Sure. Yeah, I'm not possible. I'm so old, John. I got broken ankle.
Better?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'm getting older, man. Prostate's getting big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Just around.
All right. So we can just rehash. So the last, you had an appointment. Do you remember what day that appointment was you saw her?
You guys, what's the deal? Am I walking out of here tonight, or am I going to tell you that I'm going to get an attorney?
I don't know. Are you asking for an attorney, Matt? Again, we're trying to figure out what we can find out about Stephanie. That's our focus.
Are you charging me with something?
Am I charging you with nothing? No.
Are you charging me with something?
No.
We haven't accused you of anything.
You guys are allowed by law to lie, okay?
I'm not, we're not charging you with anything. We're here asking you questions about Stephanie, and that's it.
I know I didn't do anything. There's nothing.
We're not accusing you of that.
There's nothing illegal in my truck. There's nothing illegal in my apartment.
Have we accused you of anything?
There's no illegal drugs in there. There's no weapons in there.
Yeah, we're not
I know I got a history. That's why you guys came the way you did, because I got a history of being heavily armed, which is another. See, I know. Okay, I know.
You were never charged with any kind of weapons violation.
No, that's another, like I told you, another freaking nonsense thing.
Yeah.
Somebody made up some story that I got guns or something or whatever. That's how it started.
Again, man.
And see, and I have to drive in fear like that, because if I get pulled over, right, the first thing that comes up is use caution, possibly armed. I got that label on me,
right,
and I've never been charged with any weapon. I'm not violent. I should have never did 30 years and 15 years in prison on a drug charge. Never.
Yeah, that seems
Never.
pretty heavy-handed. That seems pretty
Okay.
heavy-handed.
The war on drugs is a fucking failure, man. Big time. And we got these screwballs letting in fentanyl across the border. This is crazy. I actually sacrificed part of my life, like almost like a martyr, to change some of these laws. I mean, they got to be changed. You can't lock up somebody, put somebody up here. They didn't even give me treatment.
That's great. That's the thing. I'm not so much focused on you. Honestly, I'm focused on Stephanie. Like you just mentioned, we haven't charged. There's no charges right now in front of you. Okay, there's nothing. We're not.
I didn't do anything.
And we haven't.
If I even had an inkling, right, I would not be talking to you.
No. And that's why we haven't.
Because I had faith, man. I didn't do anything.
I understand.
I didn't do anything.
I understand.
But I'm getting worried that I'm getting pushed in the corner into something that happened that you're not telling me. I'm not stupid.
You're not. You're a very sharp guy. A lot of the guys.
But that's not gonna.
I'm just telling you. Nobody here thinks you're stupid.
Maybe I'm not trying to be the smartest guy in the room. I'm not trying to be the dumbest. That's not.
No, but you're-
Psychopaths are like that. Sociopaths, okay.
True.
I'm sure you guys had experience. I don't know how old you are, but believe me, I did my time in prison. I've done plenty of conversations with them.
I'm sure.
I've seen them true fucking wackos.
Yeah. But yeah, like we're saying, we have an open, ongoing investigation. You have a lengthy history with Stephanie. That's why.
Which is understandable.
Yeah.
And it sounds like, as far as we know, you may have been the last person that saw her or talked to her. That's what we're trying to figure out. If you can help us point to where she
That's
was.
possible, but
Right.
when she gets out and she takes off, right?
Yeah.
I that's out of my control. I can't be blamed for anything like that. And she, like I said, she has a history of that. She has a history of going up to strangers to use their phone. She has a history. Actually, when I first met her, I got out of prison. I met her right here in Waukesha, and I have empathy. I felt sorry for her. She was. I met her at the bowling alley, and she was with some shady character, and I got her away from that, and I changed her life around for the better. I got her to stop drinking. I got her license back. I had her go through treatment. I got her a job, and she was really, really a good young woman until the mental stuff started. Losing her kid.
Yeah. When you tried to reach out to her, recently, like, I don't know, was she responsive to it? Like, when you sat down with her and said, Stephanie, you need help or you need this, did she take you seriously?
I did everything I could, almost like the same techniques you guys use. I threatened it. I said, I'm gonna call the damn police. I'm gonna get the suicide police. And this is when she was even by her parents' house. I said, your parents aren't going to be happy because you're not going to be able to hide in your room eating those pills, dying. I mean, even in front of Layla, when I went over there, she was walking around just like in a zombie state, and she was telling me and Layla that she was choking and coughing. Well, to what I know about opioids, that's near death. And then there were times where, because of her back, one of the doctors put her on fentanyl. And when I was around her, she would pass out. She'd be wheezing, and I got her off that. I'm like, my God, they're overdoing that, overdoing that with you. And I got her off that, and I said, don't you want to live? I mean, why? There's so much to do in life. Life is so joyful. This is our time to. Everybody thinks that, it's going to be better wherever we go after this. How do we know that? You should enjoy every time. Nobody knows what's on the other side. It might be a lot different than what people expect. Yeah, I'm a Christian, but I'm just saying, I get into heavy conversations about religion and what it's, what the image of God is. And he might be different than some guy sitting up there with a long beard and a throne. He might look like an alien or something.
Yeah.
In fact, I've been doing a lot of reading on that recently. They're starting to prove that there's ancient civilizations that they keep hushing up about. I don't know if you guys study history, but
Not to that extent, no.
no. Well,
No.
history is really, really interesting. The people in power they control the history, they control the future, and if they control the present, they control the past. Those are the people in power. You know who said that?
No.
George Orwell.
Oh, yeah?
1984. When I wrote to the judge about them being able to monitor your kids and this and that, he thought I was crazy, but now, that was like 15 years ago, but now the way society's coming with phones and technology and being able to watch people, it's not too far off from the truth.
Was there anything in...
Sorry, you guys.
It's all right. Was there anything you found in her purse that would make you think anything was wrong? Like, it's weird.
Yeah, for me, it was, she quit smoking. She quit smoking, but she had vapes in there. And the vapes were on and off. I thought that was odd.
Yeah.
I thought that, looking in there, seeing that she had her wallet and cards in there, I thought that was odd, but she's done that before when she's called people up to get picked up.
Right.
That's all stuff that she's done before, including the note that she put in the car. And it wasn't a note. You'll find it. It's right underneath the passenger compartment, I believe.
You put it under the passenger car mat?
I didn't put it there. She did.
Well, you pulled it out to read it and your dad read it, right?
Yeah,
And
I
you tucked it.
didn't notice it until the same day that I found the person in the back.
Right. And then you read it and then your dad read it.
Yeah.
And then you
my
put
dad-
it back underneath the...
Yeah, I just kept it in the car because what does a person do in a situation like that? You know, I'm thinking it's going to look stupid if I throw stuff away, so I'm going to leave it the way it was in case for whatever reason somebody has to read it or whatever.
Yeah.
That's my logical thinking.
Did she leave anything other than the purse in the truck? Do you remember?
No, just the purse. Had I saw the purse and the note together, I would have called the police right away, most likely. But I didn't. And I didn't hear, my gut feeling was that her mom was going to pick her up because she had a prescription ready that day. So my gut feeling was that she was playing the game of having her mom go get the prescription so she could take, so nobody would help her take her doses like she was supposed to. Okay? It's not, my dad's done it. My dad's a pharmacist, by the way, and after a while he would not even fill her prescriptions anymore because he got so scared. Okay? Me, Layla, her parents were supposed to, I really don't know how cooperative her parents were about that because I didn't talk about it. She told me that they did, but I had a feeling that she was lying about that.
Sure.
But with me, I would give her prescriptions as prescribed, period. Because I cared about her, okay? And I've seen what happened to her when she was taking too many pills.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing I needed was, for her to OD with me, with just like you guys said, that I'm known as being armed. Well, how is that going to look if...
Well, I mean, it looks like she overdosed and you called 911 to help. That's how it would look. Who cares about you being flagged for having a gun if this girl overdosed, right? Like, who gives a shit what it looks
Well,
like?
me, I'm a little paranoid, so I start thinking that, somehow I'm going to get blamed for it. I got blamed for my daughter. I got blamed for beating up some AFC fighter and breaking a window, okay? I got blamed, for this, that. I can go on. I'm not going to bore you. And I honestly didn't, okay? Okay, what I did back in 1989, I got involved with drugs. I'll admit it. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect. Everything that I did is just absolute. I'm just telling you, if I did something, I did the crime, I did the time, but I did not deserve 30 fucking years of probation and parole. They even pulled me out. I was in college with a 3.5 grade average when they pulled me out of college and revoked me. And I lost my 5-year government grant. So even though I'm letting that go, hate is like drinking poison and hoping that the person that you hate gets hurt. I mean, that's how bad it is. Hate is just, you don't want to fester that hate in you.
Right.
I'm over that.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
You seem kind of angry when you talk about these.
Well, I get, no, not angry. I get worked up with what I went through.
And understandable.
Okay.
It sounds like
But I'm not going to judge you or you because of what other people did. I'm over that. When I was younger, it was like, oh no, I don't like them all. I don't like any of them.
Yep. Got
So
it.
no, I don't have that.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just saying if she were to ever overdose while she's at your house or with you wherever,
Well,
calling 911 is really even if it was too
Yeah.
far gone to help. I mean, calling is
okay. I'll rephrase that. What I did is when her breathing wasn't, I would stay up and I would shake her and I would make sure she wouldn't take any more medication. What I was saying is, I was scared to death that I would wake up next to a dead body.
I can agree. Yeah, I would agree with that.
And then somebody saying, oh, well, you gave it to her, or you did this, or you did that, or whatever.
But she had scripts for all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still my paranoia. What I went through. So I'm not perfect either. I don't know what I went through.
Yeah.
If you did the kind of time that I did, went out of state and experienced some of the things that I saw and went through,
Yeah.
and almost got killed a few times.
Sure.
And you get a different perspective of people.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, I've been the type of person. I've been in college and I've been in prison, so I see them all.
Yeah. Got a wide variety.
At what point did you start getting, like, so the day that she wasn't in the truck when you come back, at what point did you start worrying?
It started really worrying when I thought, okay, after I drove, by the way, this wouldn't be the first time that I drove looking for it.
No, I got you.
I thought, okay, she's gonna get her medications, and then she's gonna call me, and then she's gonna say she's sorry. I'll have you, Layla, or well, Layla's on the picture now, but Layla used to help with that. Monitor my meds again because I don't want you calling my doctor. I don't know how many times I threatened to call the doctor or the suicide police or whatever. I started getting worried when I saw a text on the phone saying that the medication was ready to get picked up.
Is this the same day? Is this the next day?
This is it was supposed to be the next day, but I didn't get to the pharmacy till another day after.
Okay.
So I went and picked up the medication, and then I thought to myself, well, probably be getting a phone call soon from her. From her parents.
To get her meds.
Yeah, to get her meds. And then I thought, strange. Maybe she finally did what she was going to say and go in and quit. For a minute there, she started saying, you know what? Maybe I'll just go in and get off these meds and see if they can lower even my medication, because even my dad said she was on such a high dose medication.
Okay.
She couldn't even go a day without that medication, and she would start shaking and going.
Okay.
So then I thought, well, maybe she's in treatment, but I don't know if I can call the mental health. I don't even think they'll tell me if she's in there. And then I thought, I really didn't know what to think. I thought, well, maybe she's probably got some pills stashed at her parents' house from the last situation. When I found the purse and I found the note, that's when I started thinking, oh no, this isn't good. And that's the truth.
Yeah.
So you said once you do the car wash thing, right? That's when you find the purse. And you take it in the house, in your apartment. Is that?
Where do you get your car washed?
Over in what is that? It's got a hand washer. Put it installed.
Arcadian
Mm-hmm.
by John Rupert. That's where you go?
Yeah.
So when you had just your purse or whatever, did you just like sling it over your shoulder when you brought it in, or did you have a bunch of stuff with you, or like what? That was the only thing she had, right? In your car?
Dude, I don't think that might be.
Well, right, I get, yeah. I mean,
That sounds a little funny.
yeah. That did sound wrong. You didn't sling it over your shoulder like a purse, but you just carried it in so point.
How long are you going to keep the truck? How
Uh,
am I going to get back to it?
You know what?
How am I gonna get back home tonight?
The deputy's gonna give you a ride back. That's why he's still hanging out here.
Is that the truth?
Yeah, he had no other reason to just sit there and take up space.
Really?
Yeah.
Is my apartment torn apart?
Yeah, we went through some things, so yeah.
Nothing's broken. It's
Did you take anything?
a couple items, but it's not as messy. I would say it's a little messier than how you left it. Okay.
Can I ask what you took? Well, I'll find out.
Yeah, look, there, I don't even know, there was a list they were putting together, what was taken.
Yeah. It's mainly stuff for her. Trying to figure out where she is or what would lead us to.
Oh, well, yeah, because you shouldn't be taking any of my stuff.
We're focused on
Yeah,
stuff.
because she had a few items of clothes there
Okay.
that were in the closet.
Okay.
Some of them that were bought recently when she was up in the Dells, and she had one little section in front of my bed where she would keep her clothes, and that's where I put her purse.
All right.
Other than that, there's
Any of her electronics, anything like that?
well, the iPad she used, she would keep there. Sometimes she'd take it with her. The phone, our two phones are kind of linked on the same plan, so
Okay. What do you mean? I'm sorry. Linked on the same plan?
they're linked on the same plan.
So it's, both your lines are through T-Mobile, right?
Exactly.
This, like family plan kind of thing or whatever? Yeah.
Right. So that we both use both phones.
You guys share, like you exchange phones?
We just got a new, whatever it is, she was all excited about it, the new Samsung 22 Lightning, so she was using that most of the time, and that was sitting right in my room, on my dresser.
Gotcha. All right.
There's nothing on there that I have to hide.
On her phone?
On any phone, anything.
Right. Oh, I gotcha.
It's if you don't know something, what do you know that she's missing? Can I ask a few questions? Because
Of course.
this is like, you have to know something if you're concerned about her phone. I mean, yes, it's something's not right that she hasn't texted or called.
Right.
But what else do you know?
With regards to what?
Did something happen to her?
We're trying to figure that out. Okay? That's why we're talking to you, to see when the last time you spoke with her or last time you saw her. And the circumstances of where you guys were, where we should be looking.
What happened to her?
I don't have any reason to believe something happened to her.
You know, me and her at one time were very close.
Okay.
I got a really bad feeling.
Right now, or when you found the purse, or when?
No, I had a really bad feeling the last couple of days.
Okay. I mean, what's the longest, you said it's been a few weeks since you've seen her, correct? Okay. You said that's normal or not normal for her?
It's not normal this long, although we have gone for periods of time not talking. I mean, not seeing each other, but generally always getting a text or, hey, how you doing, or something like that.
Yeah. Have you talked to anybody about your concerns with her?
Well, yeah, I mean, me and my dad are close, and he just keeps telling me you gotta stop worrying about it. You know, her mental illness is not you. You can't beat yourself up over it. You can't. You can only do so much for somebody. And
All right. So, John, you understand?
do you think she's?
John, I thought you John, sorry.
Do you think she was taken?
I don't know. You understand that, and when we do, like, when we take investigation seriously, so we pull out all the strings on resources and try to figure out if somebody went missing, when they went missing, where they went missing from, who they talked to, who saw them.
So you're regular sheriffs.
Waukesha County Sheriff, yeah.
What do you all investigate?
Everything.
So you're a homicide detective?
No, our department's not specialized enough to have a homicide division. Why do you think homicide?
Well, I'm just thinking that, I hope you're not thinking that I did something or I made her disappear or something. That's, I'm just asking, because if you're homicide, then.
No, man. No. Like I said again, we haven't sat here and accused you of anything, okay? We're just asking questions about her whereabouts.
No, I really.
So Matt, you understand that when we have these types of cases, we pull out all the stops and the resources, right? Okay? Okay? You understand that? Okay. Okay. You see that's August 23rd, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That's her going out here.
Of course.
Right.
Of course you're going to have pictures
Right.
going in and out.
That's her going out to the truck.
And I
okay?
told you I saw it.
I know. I'm just showing you some stuff, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right? That's her walking out to the truck, okay?
That's the purse, right?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
first.
Couple of minutes later, you're walking out over here, and the truck drives away, and you guys go off to the appointment. I think you guys went to Quick Trip. Does that sound familiar?
I don't recall.
But you went to your appointment that day at 8:30, right? Okay. All right. Okay. This is where we need to figure out something because it doesn't make any sense. All right. That's you coming back the same day at 11:14. Okay. Hold on. Listen, man. You're holding her water bottle and that. Okay. That's you going upstairs wearing the same shirt you have on now. Okay. It's the same day. And at 12:29, so less than an hour later, you walk in, and that's her purse in the bag. Okay? So this whole story, Matt, about...
That's her purse in the bag.
Yes, Matt. So the whole story about finding the purse in the truck later makes it wouldn't have happened because that's...
No.
Matt, that's her purse in a plastic bag, okay, that you carried inside after you carried her water bottle in. That she walked... Matt, look. You see? That's her water bottle, and that's her purse, okay? You walk in with her water bottle. You go
Well,
upstairs.
what time is this?
When you got home, Matt.
Yeah, that's when I came back from my appointment.
Right. So you carried in her water bottle and her purse that same day. This is the 23rd, the same day. This isn't a week or two later at a car wash where you found it in the back seat with a note that you then read and then stuck underneath the floor mat. Matt.
That's not her purse in the bag.
It is her purse.
No,
Matt.
that's clothes.
It's clothes, Matt?
That's clothes.
Whose clothes?
Yeah. That's clothes I had in the back. That's not a purse.
It is her purse, Matt.
No, it's not. It's not. That's not her purse.
How do you figure, Matt?
Because it's not. That's a bag.
Can I show you something?
It's a bag of clothes.
I'm going to show you something, Matt, okay? You'll... Here, Matt.
See, I knew you guys were going to
No,
do this.
Matt, but what the problem is...
I knew you guys were going to do this. That's why
Nobody's doing anything. You're the one
Showing you
Look at
that.
that. Can I show you something? That's her purse right there, right? You see that?
Yeah.
You see that?
If I was
What
so
is
worried,
this?
if I was
Matt,
so
Matt,
worried
Matt.
about the purse.
That's her purse. Okay? So we're not going to play games about it's not her purse. It is her purse. Okay? We know it's her purse. We also know that her phone went with her out to where you guys went for your appointment, and then it came back with you. We know this. So you saying the phone stayed at her apartment? We're asking you to be honest with us and help us, okay? But if you're going to tell us stories about going to a car wash and finding her purse in there a week later, it doesn't make sense. None of it does. What happened? It'd be one thing if she had some type of drug overdose, okay? And you're doing something We don't know.
Regardless, I have nothing to do with what happened to her.
What happened to
So
her?
that purse,
What happened?
that purse and water bottle ain't shit.
Matt,
Okay?
what happened?
That purse and water bottle ain't shit.
Yeah,
Okay? That's not gonna prove anything.
We're not here.
That's not gonna prove or disprove anything.
agreed.
Matt,
Okay?
what happened to her? Only you can tell us.
I don't know what happened to her. I don't know what happened to her.
Why were you at the place on the 9th? You didn't have an appointment that day.
I was? Yeah, I did. I had it.
No, you did not. You had one on the 6th and the 10th.
I had a doctor's appointment on the 9th. An orthopedic associate. What do you mean, what place?
You had an appointment on September 6th and September 12th.
I had an appointment on September 9th at orthopedic
What
associate.
time, Matt?
See,
I'm just asking you
You're-
what time.
this is what you're trying to do.
I'm not
Now
trying
you're trying to get slick. You're trying to pin whatever was found over in that area on me.
Why would you associate anything we found over there on you?
Because I was there.
When?
I was there on the 9th. I had a doctor's appointment at 1 o'clock. I saw the crime lab there. They were there by 11 o'clock. Everybody in there was talking about it.
Who did you see at 1 o'clock over there?
The doctor,
Who?
Dr. Shu.
Did you have an appointment? Or
Yeah. I
was
had
it pre-planned or did you call it in?
this was scheduled.
So you had a scheduled appointment on the 9th of
Yeah.
September at 1 p.m. with Dr. Shu.
Yeah.
Why do you think something happened to her? Or why are you associating that with her?
Why are you getting so aggressive about this?
I'm not getting
See, you're
aggressive.
changing tactics. See, this is why I shouldn't have even tried to explain this to you.
Matt,
It doesn't
it's
matter.
our job to point out inconsistencies, okay? So when you tell me,
It
when you
doesn't
tell me,
matter.
when you tell me you found her purse a week or two later while cleaning out the truck, and then you found a note under it that talked about, supposedly about her alluding to suicide, which you then showed your dad.
She's got another purse.
I understand, but you're telling me you found this note, and then after,
She's got another purse.
Matt, I know, Matt, but listen.
She's got another purse. She's got a gray.
That's not the purse we're
Purse.
talking about, Matt. What I'm talking about.
How do you know
Matt.
which purse was I talking
I'm
about?
talking about the purse in the photos, Matt. And when I'm talking about the note, you said you found a note.
Maybe.
Matt. You said
Yeah, but that's not the purse that I was talking about. That's not the purse that I found in the back seat.
Okay. You found a
The
note.
purse that I found in the back seat was it's a gray strap-on bag.
Okay, so
That purse doesn't mean nothing.
so this black purse is the one you brought in the day that she went missing?
Yeah, that was in the car. That was in the car.
Where in
when
the
she left.
car?
In the front. In the front. And the other purse I found in the back. It's a shoulder bag purse.
Matt, you understand? Not too long ago, I asked you what property she left in the truck, and you said nothing. She didn't leave anything. You said she left her phone at home. Okay. You said she left nothing in there. You went looking around, nothing. Okay. And then a week later, or 2 weeks later, you found her purse.
I
Hold on,
honestly,
man. You found her purse.
I honestly don't recall everything. I don't know. The phone might have been in the car.
Well, you said that she.
Why?
Hey, Matt, you said that you told her when you went to your appointment that I'll text you, and she said, no, I left my phone in the house. That's what you said before.
Mm-hmm.
That I'll text you.
Yeah, you said, I'll text you when I'm in there or something, and she said, no, I left my phone at the house, or your apartment, rather. That's what you told us a little while ago.
No, I couldn't text her because I had the phone. That's
You
what.
had your phone, you said you were going to text her. You said that she then said,
You know what?
I left the phone
If
at the
you're
apartment.
gonna charge me. I didn't do anything. I
You're
can't
the only one who can give us info about her.
I can't be
So we can
honest.
get answers to her
I
family.
can't be honest anymore.
What do you mean you can't be honest? You've been honest?
I can't be
You
honest
haven't been
anymore
honest
because
with us, Matt.
you keep everything that I
We're not
say. You
twisting
keep
anything you say.
keep twisting
All
it
we're doing is pointing out the inconsistencies in what you're
because
saying.
I can't remember everything exactly.
Okay, but remembering what somebody had for lunch a week ago is different from remembering this is the last time you've known this woman most of your adult life, correct? Right? You have a daughter in common, supposedly, like you said. You don't know, you can't prove it. You view her as your daughter.
I didn't do nothing.
We didn't accuse you of anything.
I didn't do nothing to this girl, regardless of the purse, regardless of the purses, regardless of the stupid water bottle. That water bottle was left in and out of the truck. There's so much crap going in and out of that truck half the time, I don't remember.
If you carried her purse in from the car, why did you put it in a plastic bag?
That's it.
And why did you go in an exit that you didn't use earlier?
I can use.
But explain to me why you would have to conceal
I
a
can
purse
use.
in a plastic
I
bag.
can use any exit I want. And hypothetically, if I did move a purse, I would not want to be walking around with a purse looking strange.
Why would you look strange carrying a purse? It's not over your
Because
shoulders.
I'm a man.
You can hold it with your
Because
hand.
I'm a man.
I'm a man. I put my daughter's Disney backpack on my back.
Okay, I have to get an attorney.
Okay, Matthew.
I'm trying.
I don't think you are.
No.
You're not. You're lying. We need an opportunity to be truthful with us.
And I was.
Yeah, well, let's see us do it though.
I was.
Right, okay?
I was.
You started out strong, but we had some problems. You started strong, but we had some problems, and that's fine. You asked for an attorney, man. We're done, right? We'll be in touch with you in the next couple of weeks. That I can promise you. Okay?
That's fine. You know, I can promise you.
For nearly 2 hours, Pahl has controlled the shape of this conversation through sheer volume of narrative. Then the detectives show him the surveillance footage directly. Stephanie walking out to the truck with her purse and water bottle on August 23rd, him returning less than an hour later, carrying both items himself, in a plastic bag, through a door he doesn't normally use. This directly contradicts the story he told earlier, that he found the purse weeks later, at a car wash, tucked under a floor mat with a note inside. Watch what happens to his language the instant the video is on the table. There's no attempt to reconcile the two accounts, no let me explain the confusion. Instead, that purse and water bottle ain't expletive. He doesn't engage with the contradiction, he dismisses the evidence's relevance outright, a much more primitive move than anything he's done up to this point, and a sign that the elaborate narrative building from the first 2 hours has run out of runway. Davo depends on the audience not yet having a fixed, contradicting fact to measure the story against. Video footage is about as fixed as a fact gets. The moment it's introduced, the strategy stops working, and what's left underneath it is considerably less polished. Flat denial, no explanation, and, within minutes, a request for an attorney. That last shift is worth naming plainly for what it demonstrates about everything before it. For nearly 2 hours, Pahl produced grievance, rapport, theory, and volume, an entire architecture of narrative, built to make himself the sympathetic, victimized party in a room where no one had yet accused him of anything. The moment that architecture met a piece of evidence it couldn't talk around, it collapsed almost instantly into silence. That's the clearest evidence in this entire interview that the narrative was never really about explaining what happened to Stephanie. It was about controlling how he was perceived, right up until the moment control was no longer possible. Matthew Pahl was convicted on November 4, 2025. After an 8-day trial, the jury deliberated for less than an hour. He was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole for the homicide, plus an additional 7.5 years for hiding Stephanie's body. He maintains his innocence to this day. Stephanie Pavlons was 44 years old.
That you're the only victim here, that this is a fascist dictator government, and Opera and her clan know what you mean, and Opera's got a delusional mind. Mr. Pahl, I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but the things that I see about you, you're the center of the universe. The universe revolves around you. Everybody's wrong. You're the only one that's right. You shake your head in the negative as I say this to you, and that's okay. That's your right to do that. But, sir, what you have exhibited to me demonstrates to me what I consider, and again, I'm not a shrink, this is what I consider to be narcissistic behavior. How could anyone not believe that I'm innocent? How is it that everybody gets it wrong, and I'm the only one that gets it right? And what's important about that is that those characteristics, your personality tells me what I have to do. It tells me loud and clear. The jury told me loud and clear in less than an hour, and your statements and your behavior and your attitude tells me loud and clear, as we sit here today, what is the appropriate thing for me to do. And so here's what I perceive. My purpose in imposing a sentence in this case is to incapacitate Matthew Pahl, to prevent him from taking advantage of somebody like Stephanie Pavlons in the future, of hurting her mentally, emotionally, physically, of punching her, kicking her. I mean, you know, her life, she spent her life being berated, bullied, belittled, and beaten by you. And I'm not going to allow that to happen again. It's not going to happen. So what I have to do is incapacitate you and incarcerate you for the maximum amount of time appropriate. And what I also have to do is send a message to the community, the Pavlons family, and the community as a whole, as it pertains to domestic abusers who kill their partners, that we have to incapacitate those people. And in light of that, as to count number 1, I'll impose a sentence of life imprisonment without any eligibility for release to extended supervision. As to count 2, I'm going to impose a term of imprisonment of 12 and a half years with 7.5 years initial confinement and 5 years of extended supervision consecutive to the term of life. I'll require that as a condition of your sentence and prison term that you pay restitution in the amount of $8,309 to the Pavlons family for funeral expenses. And although this is a hollow requirement, as a condition of extended supervision, you're not to have any contact with the Pavlons family. I've already indicated the amount of credit that is due and owing. Is there anything you think I've overlooked or omitted from the state's perspective, Ms. Gordon?
No, Judge.
Mr. Galaviz, anything?
You're agreeing to this?
All right. You have 20 days to appeal this decision. If you wish to do so, consult with your attorney. He'll assist you in that regard. Mr. Galaviz, anything?
I'm not sure. I don't think Mr. Paul is agreeing to the restitution for what it's worth. And other than that, I have nothing further.
I agree that he indicates that he is, because he believes that he's innocent, that he believes that he shouldn't pay that. But in terms of setting a restitution hearing, I'll need you to advise the court and the state in writing as to whether he believes that amount is inappropriate. I understand he doesn't want to take responsibility for that. I guess that would be the case. So let's set a restitution hearing, all right, in 60 days. And
Judge, I don't think he's disagreeing on the amount. He's stating what you first indicated, that he's innocent, so he shouldn't pay it.
Okay, so that he's not asking for a restitution hearing.
Correct.
All right, then I'll set restitution at that amount, $8,309.
Thank you.
And I've given him his appeal rights. I believe that's it.
Correct.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good luck.
Yeah.